would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Hey guys, StarCraft here.
What
and
did we just watch?
second time we've got this reaction from you. Second time, but this one.
And this time it was so much worse.
So I can say it's much more deserved than Ebera, right?
Oh yeah,
This
much
is
more
the closest.
deserved.
This is the closest we got to super monsters. Not there.
Yeah, there are some things that save it from going completely in the trashy, but it's definitely in there.
It's on par with Vera's, maybe slightly beneath, maybe slightly above it, but it's right teeter-totters.
Yup, we start seeing the stock footage, and then the plot was just...
The plot is like, this is the worst. This is the worst case. This is the worst case of Godzilla's just there, isn't it?
It's just like suddenly everything gets hamstrung into the worst kind of kids movie.
Yeah. Now, okay, let's start off from the beginning. We are introduced to this kid who is borderline Eichi. He is definitely the Eichi of Godzilla. Don't know what we're talking about. Check our Gamera reviews, but he is borderline Eichi. Although I wouldn't say he's as brain dead as Eichi, at least. That's
no,
the
at
point.
least got a little bit more smarts to him, but yeah,
The actor
category as being very hard to tolerate.
And I'll say this: there's no way this wouldn't have worked even in the original Japanese. This is not a case where the American dub made him dumb. No, this kid, even the actor playing him, felt like an idiot.
It's just like...
And wait, for one, there's a point where he's humping a car. Yeah, didn't you give that reaction too when you saw like, what is he doing? Right?
Like, what? It's just like, I think the moment that I really felt my brain cells just die is when we reached the point where Minya started talking. Oh no, this is the worst kind of kids movie.
I warned you about that a few episodes ago, but yeah, it's like, but now, to be fair, the voice fits.
Yeah, it does fit, but it's just like...
Why?
And to be fair, it's implied to sort of be a dream that's put in by a machine and not actually
how else would it work?
which is...
How else would this work? What, do you think the kid's mind was really transported over there and then Minya can change size? I really don't think so.
It's just like...
Now, because here's the point. The point is this kid he has bullying issues, let's be honest. And the whole point of it is for him to try and become a stronger person. But then you include this part where he's trying to deal with these weird spy criminal guys.
Yeah, it just sort of... It all felt really unnecessary.
The only good thing about this was actually Gabba, or however you say his name. Basically, Minya's bully. And I'll say that there's stuff in here that's like inferior versions of Son of Godzilla, like especially these, teaching him how to breathe fire. I'm sorry, this felt like a retread and not in a good way, did it?
Yeah, it's just like that was really unnecessary.
It's like Ishiro Hado, what the hell, man? What the hell?
It's like, you're so good, man. What happened here?
And yet he loved working on this. That's the weirdest thing of all. He loved.
It's just like I look back on some of the things that I've written, and like, yeah, sure, I can enjoy making them, but I can look back and say, wow, that was really cringe.
Maybe because he knows that it was a dream is why he can accept it.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, that's the only thing that's saving this from being super monster, because it is
It's a dream. It has a purpose. There's more original footage, and the original footage is a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. You remember that Gamera prop? And at least, you know, if nothing else, if they'd ended here, I would have accepted it as a footnote, at least.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh, hey, now monsters are sort of like more regularly accepted, and kids can kind of like look up to them.
And I know it's hard to place where if this is after chronologically Destroy All Monsters or before. I mean, technically it should be before, but it can fit wherever.
Mm-hmm. It's very ambiguous.
Exactly, but overall, this is definitely the worst we're ever going to see. I guarantee it.
Yeah,
we're gonna get trippy. We're gonna get trippy, but at least we're gonna have some cool monsters. I mean, again, Gabba is not bad.
It just had the misfortune of being in the worst Godzilla movie.
Definitely.
That wasn't Gabba's fault.
Yeah, exactly. And even again, the stuff with Minya was not the worst, but we already saw it in Son of Godzilla.
Mm-hmm. It's just like.
And again, it's the. Here he goes. Would you like to meet him? He's looking for me. He wants to teach me how to fight. Why that? Like I said, Godzilla says I should fight my own battles.
What?
But then the ending is so. What's the message of the ending? Beat up the bullies, and then you have all the stuff with. I don't even. You know. I mean, how could you describe the ending?
I don't know how I could describe the ending either, to be fair.
Yeah, it was all those kids. I mean, I'll say that. That is one thing I will give, at least Gamera movies, it has a definite ending with the kids, you know, having a victory or celebrating. Here, it's like, what kind of message is this for kids?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just run off and everything is just like, what? And you have that point where the kid imagines he's Minya stopping Gabba. It's like,
yeah, it's just.
Even
really
with
muddies the waters.
It does. But and at least Shiro Hado will have the final Showa movie, Terror of Mechagodzilla, to make up for this.
That's fair.
And at least he also had Destroy All Monsters, so.
Mm-hmm.
But this,
I suppose that no one bats 1,000.
I realize we didn't mention our voting for last time. We get Destroy All Monsters 9.5 or even a 10 out of 10, anywhere in that range.
Mm-hmm.
This 2.
2.
This one is a 2 out of 10, and that's being generous.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, that puts it a point above Super Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 2.5. I'll be a little more generous.
Yeah, 2.5.
But this... I
Why
will say...
does this movie exist?
Again, I will say, if they ended up making this one the final one, it would have been bitter, but it wouldn't have been an atrocity. It would have felt just like I said, an epilogue.
Mm-hmm.
Or a footnote. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think because it followed up on such a great movie, I think the greatness of that would have lessened the damaging impact this one would have had.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Like hypothetically, let's say this was the last movie. It would have been a bad way to go, but not the worst. It would have been because Godzilla himself is not hurt by this.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Godzilla himself is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's not talking. He's just being himself, and he's continuing. It's just a retread with Son of Godzilla with this other kid, human kid, tacked on.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Now, like I said, we're going into the final stretch of this with the final 5 movies. As we go next, we're going into the one that either is one of the best or one of the, I won't say the worst, but definitely one of the ones with the Smog Monster, aka Hedorah.
Oh boy.
And you want preachiness and saving the environment, you're gonna get it, but at the same time, it's both gonna. Oh yeah, actually, you know what else this one's gonna have? Remember I told you, people with fish heads.
Oh boy.
Be prepared for wondering what the hell they were smoking.
Oh boy.
So,
Guess we'll see it tomorrow.
yep, until then, see you guys later.